Good evening and welcome to the 2007 IHSA State Individual Events Championships. My name is Reno Della Vedova, and I'm the head speech coach here at Rock Island High School. And first, let me say to you a very belated welcome. It has been our honor and our privilege to host you this weekend. We hope that you've had a good time. We have a lot of thank yous. We've got some awards to hand out, and then we're going to get to crowning 14 champions tonight. We're going to start with a very special thank you, and that's to the administration of Rock Island School District 41 and the principal of Rock Island High School, Mr. Nate Anderson. He has been incredible helping me put together this tournament. So I'd like to welcome him up to the stage, our principal, Dr. Nate Anderson.
Well, thank you. It's been our pleasure. I want you to know this has been some undertaking for us. And our director, Reno Della Vedova, has worked hard. All of our students, our staff here at the high school we put this on the calendar some time ago, and we've been waiting and hoping that it will turn out okay. And we hope that that's the case for you. We hope that facilities were good. We don't get the opportunity, very often to showcase our old fine building, so often. And we don't have a new one, but we're very proud of the one that we do have. This facility has served us very well, and hopefully that it has served the the tournament very well. The students that I saw perform enlighten us and how well and what good hands that the future is in with the type of students that we had compete today. So I want to congratulate all the competitors and congratulate the winners, and there are no losers at this stage of the program. So you've done a very good job, and we're very happy to have you at our school and in the Quad Cities, the city of Rock Island. Now I'd like to introduce you to our superintendent, Mr. Rick Laurie. Thank you.
Welcome to the Quad Cities, everybody, where the Mississippi River has decided to go east and west. Also, welcome to Rock Island, home of the Rock Island Rocks. Matter of fact, home of 8 National Merit Scholars the past 2 years. Also interested in knowing, home of 16 All-State musicians the past 2 years. Home of a speech team that for the past 17 years, under the direction of Reno Della Vedova, had 17 straight appearances at the state finals. We hope and trust that your visit has been exciting and rewarding. Our goal simply was to make each of you feel welcome. Did we do that? On behalf of the administrative team, our speech team, Mr. Della Vedova, and the hundreds of volunteers that you worked with these past 2 days who did a marvelous job. Matter of fact, how about a round for those volunteers these past 2 days? Well, on behalf of all of us, may you return to Rock Island soon to find out more about Rock Island schools and find out why the state superintendent, Dr. Randy Dunn, described Rock Island schools as the lighthouse in the state of Illinois. And with that, I now turn the microphone over. With that, can you hear me now? I was so close to being out of here. Now I turn the microphone over to our distinguished mayor, Mark Schwiebert.
Good evening. Welcome to all of you to Rock Island and to Rock Island High School. It's wonderful to have you here and to host this great speech tournament here in the city of Rock Island. Not too many years ago, I was participating in debate tournaments as one of the students at Rock Island High School. I won't say how many years ago that was. For many of you, it was before your existence. But it does illustrate, I think, the continuing tradition that Rocky has had and that the state of Illinois has enjoyed in instructing and coaching and teaching and inspiring young people and the importance of speech and how it shapes our lives. In this era where we have seen so much influence moving towards electronic communication, from emails to blogs to Bluetooth to you name the latest gimmick that's come along, I think it's interesting that this tournament focuses on more traditional means of communication, the means of communication that have the ability to inspire, to instruct, to inform, and ultimately to shape the course of public affairs that all of you are going to be able to influence in the days and years ahead. The French general and emperor Napoleon Bonaparte once observed that in a contest between the sword and the spirit was prevail. The spoken word is one of the means by which the spirit is inspired and informed. You who are competing in this tournament, the finest speakers in the state of Illinois, are the ones who have that tool, that gift, that aptitude. I encourage you to use it well and wisely, because you'll have the chance to do that in the days and years ahead in whatever your chosen vocation, whether as a politician or a preacher, whether as a teacher or a lawyer, whether as a person who gets involved in community service. Use that wonderful gift that God's given you wisely and well. Once again, welcome to the city of Rock Island. Congratulations to all of you for making it this far, and best wishes for the outcome in this tournament tonight.
All right. Before we get to crowning our champions, there are lots of thank yous that I do need to make. First of all, I would like to extend my thank you to my speech team and the parents of the alumni and all of my alumni that have come back to help me in the past. Well, we've been working on this for 12 months, so I've had kids over the summer help, and I've got emails that shoot in every day and phone calls. And if you'll just please give a huge round of applause to all of those people that helped make this happen. I would like to especially thank Andy Colgan, Sarah Milletta, Katie Hodel, and Pat Traylor for their help in the planning. They've been very instrumental in the past 8 months, so give them a round of applause. A little bit later, I'm going to take my 2 minutes just to talk to you about speech, but as I was trying to plan what I was going to say, 2 themes came up, and I've chosen another theme for the weekend, but the theme I want to talk about right now is family, because that's what we are. We are a community of family, and we go out week in and week out, and we make friendships, and it's really special. And at this time, I want to thank my family, because without my family, this would not happen. My team would not happen. This tournament wouldn't happen. The love and support of my parents, my sister, my nephews, who since they've been born have been here standing on stage with me, helping make tournaments happen. Please, 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 really a loud round of applause for my family. I want to take a moment to thank our National Honor Society, the Student Council, the Key Club, the custodial staff, the cafeteria staff, the Rock Island High School staff, and the ROTC, who have just worked diligently to make this tournament happen. So a round of applause for them, please. And then there are people that get you through your day. Your friends that, I didn't know until I started this activity 17 years ago. And I want to recognize a couple people that have actually gotten me through the past 12 months. First of all, Jen Volbrecht from Naperville Central. Without you, would not have happened. You lift me up on days when I go, can I do this or not? And the notes and the cards, I love you dearly. From Downers Grove North, the funniest woman I know, Missy Carlson. She came up with 9,000 different themes for this tournament, and she's made me laugh for a year. Carrie Schreiber, who came up and worked with me, she said, don't worry, I'll be your right arm, I'll do whatever. I could not have done it without Carrie Schreiber. Give her a round of applause. Ginger Adams from Limestone High School. I met a long time ago when she was a first-year coach, and she said, I'll do anything I can help you. She came up and took care of the timers and the room chairs, so I thank her. Give her a round of applause, please. And a dear friend who grew up in Rock Island and taught here when I started and now is in the Chicago area, who is very instrumental in speech at the junior high level. And I can't say enough about this person, Miss Kimberly Warren. She's just been everything to me for the past 17 years, so I thank Kim too. And I know there's a lot of other people that I need to thank that are my friends, but this person is someone that I've met several years ago, and we've become friends, and we've got a great working relationship, and she has actually helped me put this tournament together. And I'm introducing her to come up and talk to you right now. It's Susie Noblock from the IHSA, so please welcome from the IHSA, Susie Noblock.
I asked the gentleman backstage, how do I lower the microphone? Because I knew that would happen. This work? Oh, thank you. That works. I told him if he hadn't noticed I was short, so I needed the microphone lowered. But on behalf of the Illinois High School Association, our administrative staff, our speech advisory committee, and the 760 high schools in Illinois that are members of the association, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being a part of the 2007 IHSA State Speech Tournament. Congratulations to all of you. This marks the 67th year of a state series in speech, so all of you are a part of history, and we are so delighted to have Rock Island High School share in a part of that history. Special thanks goes to their superintendent, principal, their staff, the community of Rock Island, all of the parent and community support, and the countless volunteers that have been preparing for years and put in endless hours to make this a great event for all students and teams to remember forever. With that, I do need to add some additional thanks, and of course, there are so many people behind the scenes that we want to mention. But first and foremost, I want to give a special thank you to the advisory committee that helped with the tabulation of the state speech tournament. Our state final chair, Ms. Connie Link from Hayworth High School. And our committee members, I know, are out in the auditorium, and if they could, when I say their name, please stand so we can give applause and recognition to them. And I know we will have Ms. Link up here to present the next award as well. Also on the committee is Eric Berry from Carbondale, Molly Burris, Peoria High School, Keith Carlson, Naperville Central, Stan Darrow, Paxton Buckley Loda, Cheryl Frazier, South Holland Thornwood, Jan Heiting, Downers Grove South, Adam Jenkins, Belleville West, Kevin Martin, Harvey Thornton, Mr. Dan Sackett, Orland Park Sandburg, Randy Welp, Pearl City, Dr. Deb Woodard, Gurney Warren, Mr. Henry Sampson from Palatine Frimm. Next year's host who was mentoring this process, the team from Naperville, Neuqua Valley, Mark Simon and Nicole. We also had tremendous support from so many coaches who were willing to judge. They understand the team attitude we need to make a tournament of this caliber run, and I applaud all of you who are willing to step in and help if we needed an extra judge or help in a prep room. I applaud that. I can help in any way because that's how we can have a great state tournament in Illinois. Thank you to everyone. A few special thanks before we move on to our next awards, and that is to our official IHSA scorer, Ben Stewart from SpeechWire. Ben has been working diligently behind the scenes. Ben has joined the IHSA in a partnership with an internship this year, and we could not recommend Ben any higher in terms of his caliber and ethics in helping with the scoring of the state tournament. So thank you very much, Ben. And final thanks from the IHSA to our state final host, Mr. Reno Della Dovova. Reno and I have been able to become better acquainted over the past few months as we've been working toward the tournament. The communication pattern is as followed. We talk in the years of planning, and then the year of, we talk a little more, and then the months before, we talk a little more, and then the week of, we're talking every day. And with the host school and our communication with the office, it's instrumental to have such a team player like Reno, who understands that our philosophy and the philosophy here at Rock Island is the same, that speech is here to enrich the educational experience for students. And with that, I want to also congratulate all of the students who commit their lives to speech. I know not a one of you out there will regret this activity, and you will understand when you're out of high school how much it has enriched your life. And with that, thank your coach and your parents who have supported you. And now we have some awards for a few retirees. And with that presentation, we have Miss Heiting from Downers Grove South and Miss Link from Hayworth High School.
I'm taller.
I'm sorry, they're on the back of one of my sheets, Jan. I didn't have them very good for you.
Thank you.
There they are.
There you are. We're just going to hold you up for just a couple more seconds before we get to the part of the show you really care about. But in the back of the program, you'll find lots of different names of people you've probably never heard of, and for most of you will never meet. However, these are individuals that bring us to where we are today. They're individuals who were pioneers, who were trailblazers in this activity. And one of those individuals, ironically, was Miss Link's high school speech coach. She was on a speech team of one in Farmington, Illinois. But he also taught here at Rock Island High School. So it's just kind of ironic and interesting. It was back in the 70s. Was anybody born in the 70s other than us? Thank you. Do we have the plaque again? Mr. John Hires was an individual that I worked with for over 20 years, and he was an advocate of students. He was also an advocate for coaches. And in his name, upon his death, we have named an award for him, and I believe that it is called the John M. Hires Distinguished Service Award in Speech and Individual Events. This is an award that we grant to coaches who have had distinguished service, long time service in the IHSA, in forensics, and in conjunction with the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Speech and Theater Association, we are proud to name some new recipients of this award. We have been doing this now for 6 years, and each school that hosts the tournament brings something special to the award in the recognition. And actually, fortunately, one of the recipients of the award seems to be running down the hallway now, so this is pretty good timing. We're going to ask that these individuals come to the stage. They are retiring from teaching, they are retiring from coaching, and their service has been distinguished and amazing. For me, These individuals have been not only friends but mentors, and I'm proud to name them today. The first recipient of the John M. Hires Distinguished Service Award from Fremd High School, Henry Sampson. Please. Please stand and give him a round of applause. Joining him from Riverdale High School, Ms. Sharon Rewerts. Please. And our third recipient from Thornridge High School, Mr. Bill Kirksey. It is because of these individuals that we are here today. Thank you, congratulations, and best wishes in your retirement.
This notice from backstage, could the Glenbrook South DDA please exit to the little theater? We need to stage you guys. So the Glenbrook South DDA. Finally, as we conclude before we go on to our team awards, I do have one more award to present. This award comes to our office as a recommendation from our advisory committee, and it is an award for an outstanding speech, debate, and theater educator. This nomination is moved forward to the National Federation of State High Schools, and the credentials of this person competes against speech, drama, debate, and theater directors that represent the states of Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, Section 4 through the NFHS. It is my pleasure today to announce the recipient of this award. I'd like to first start by sharing some information that on the nomination letter was shared about this instructor. In the words of a former student, recently I was accepted into Steppenwolf Theater Company's training program in Chicago, one of the most selective and esteemed programs in the nation. It is with great part due to the continual support, guidance, and artistic influence I received from Dr. Deb Woodard. During my early years of study, I am grateful for her compassion and creative inspiration that built my confidence and security first as a person and secondly a performer. I'm sure those words encompass every student that Dr. Deb Woodard has worked with, and with that, I am pleased to announce Dr. Deb Woodard as the Outstanding Speech, Debate, and Theater Educator for 2007. Dr. Woodard? And now for our team and individual awards, I pass the microphone on to our host, Mr. Reno Della Dodova.
Okay, we've done a lot of thank yous. We've given out some awards already. I would like to take a couple minutes to recognize my planning committee. So if I could have my planning committee come up. Yep. The individuals that are gathering behind me have been meeting for the past 9 months weekly. So I would like to take just a moment to introduce. I've had some of their kids. Multiple kids. Some people I just met. These are the best people in the world behind me. They're going to be lifelong friends. So let me start on this side. Dana Johnson, she took care of food service and all the catering stuff for us, so phenomenal. Next to Dana, Carol Loy, who I had her son several years ago. She's been with us doing all the personnel, so all the room monitors and the hall people and the park, everything. Next to her, Alice Traylor, worked on all of our clerical stuff, putting stuff together to make this tournament run. I couldn't have done it without her. The gentleman in the back in the glasses is, if anybody knows Nate Trinder, that's his dad. He was in charge of flowers. We wanted to give him a good thing to do. So he did floral for us. And his wife, Marilyn Fields, did all of the clocks and the decor for the tournaments. They did a great job with all of that. And lastly, to my right, a friend of mine, and he's been kind of my right arm since I've had all of his kids go through the program. That would be Mr. Traylor, Kevin Traylor, and he did facility for us. So if you please give a round of applause to all these guys, I would sure appreciate it. Okay, did that. Okay. When you entered the tournament yesterday and you came through the sea of red balloons, I hope that you noticed a quotation, well, there it is, that greeted you. And it is, live in the moment and make it so beautiful that it will be worth remembering. Oftentimes we don't take the time to take each moment and make them our memories. And I know that I've said to a lot of coaches this week, and I've sent emails out, and I've sent letters, and I hope it did not seem cliche, but really the time you get to spend with your kids are the memories. It doesn't matter if they stand number 1 at the end of the day or number 100. They're part of our lives, and we love them either way. The people that stood behind me spent all their time and energy so that you could have this weekend to make memories. So, from my heart, I hope that you've enjoyed your time with us in Rock Island. I hope that you'll give your coaches hugs tonight. I hope you'll enjoy the bus ride home or the last night you get to stay in a hotel, and enjoy it all. It's been an honor. Thank you. Okay, enough thank yous. Let's go. We're going to start. Woo! Yeah! Okay, here's how it's going to work. We've got our finalists up in the upper level of the auditorium right now in a special section so we can get them to move across and go to the onstage area, which is the little theater backstage here. So if you were a finalist and you've not gone up to the balcony, please head up there so our people can get you where you need to go in time. I've got DDA backstage already, so they're ready to come on. And I'm going to send DI down right now. So DI, if you'll talk to my people up there, they'll get you headed to the staging area. This is how it's going to work. When we bring the events up, they will be introduced in order of performance in the final round. So they'll all come up on the top level here. We'll introduce them as they performed. Then we will count them down, and they will come down, be draped, come down and actually sit on the benches that are here. Our champion will perform up on top. Okay? But before we start the individual events, let's go with PIR. We had 6 in PIR today. Okay, before I go any farther, and I don't want to screw this up, Mr. Humphreys, and you can just yell at me right now. Are we doing these? Are we going to announce them in order, or are we going right with the results? Performance order? Okay, here were the schools performing their performance order today. I just don't want to mess this up. Performance order was Wheaton Warrenville South, South Holland of Thornwood, Pearl City, Wheaton North, Downers Grove South, and Oak Lawn Community. Here we go. We're going to give huge rounds of applause to 6, 5, and 4, and then we have plaques for 3, 2, and our state champion. So when I call 3, 2, and 1, you'll come on up and grab your plaques. In 6th place, from Pearl City High School. In 5th place, Wheaton North High School. In 4th place, Downers Grove South High School. In 3rd place, come on up to the stage, Wheaton Warrenville South High School. You want to do this? Keep clapping, they're coming. It's about all we have. We're an old building that's technically this is about all you're going to get, and I apologize. All right, in 2nd place, Oak Lawn Community High School. Did they go up there? They're taking the long way around. Here they come. Oh, I see them sprinting. Here they come. Round of applause. Our tournament runner-up, Oak Lawn Community High School. here we go, our first state champion of the night from South Holland, Thornwood. Let's give him one more round of applause. Thornwood High School. All right, here we go. Yep, we've got them. We start the individual events. First up is dramatic duet acting. In order of appearance, from Glenbrook South, Laura Manning and Robert Whitley. From Bloomington High School, Ryan Marquardt and Marissa Dratt. From Downers Grove South High School, Kyle Ackerman and Cullen Deedy. From Chicago Heights Marion, Craig Detman and Alex Stratera. From Wheaton North High School, Alyssa Obert and Rebecca Ross. And from Downers Grove North High School, Elliot Carl and Nick Reinhardt. Joining us up on stage tonight, draping for DDA, is a good friend of mine who's retiring this year, Miss Sharon Rewerts from Riverdale High School. Give her a round of applause, please. Okay, here we go. In sixth place, from Bloomington High School, Ryan Marquardt and Marissa Dratt. In fifth place, from Wheaton North High School, Alyssa Obert and Rebecca Ross. In fourth place, from Chicago Heights Marion, Craig Detman and Alex Stratera. In third place, from Glenbrook South High School, Laura Manning and Robert Whitley. We're going this way, guys. There we go. Your tournament runner-up, From Downers Grove North High School, Elliot Carl and Nick Reinhardt. And your tournament champion from Downers Grove South High School, Kyle Ackerman and Cullen Deedy. Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. Your 2007 champions, Kyle Ackerman and Cullen Deedy.
Carl,
Yeah?
where'd you get this chair from, Carl?
A nice chair, isn't it? A strong chair.
No, look, I don't need another chair, Carl, okay?
A person could sit in it.
Well, it's wonderful, Carl, but I really
You need to get out more.
So you keep telling me. Anything else, Carl?
No, I guess that's it.
Okay. This is the way that things go with Carl. I mean, he was the first customer in my store, and he's in here pretty much every day, so I guess you could call us best friends. You know, you can't pin Carl down. I mean, he's the constant reminder of what I love about this lonely planet and everything that it entails.
Jody,
Yeah,
Bobby's dead. His memorial is this Thursday. Jody,
what?
this chair was his.
I know. It has been said that friends in your life are like pillars on your porch. Sometimes they hold you up and sometimes they lean on you. But sometimes it's just enough to know that they're there.
Jody and Carl are living in troubled times, living in the age of AIDS. They find themselves isolated from those who have lost their battles with this disease.
As they struggle to collect the chairs of their deceased friends, the two survivors struggle to remember those that they have lost while realizing how much they mean to one another.
And it is that friendship which, like the pillars on the porch, supports them and makes them realize that they are not alone.
Lonely Planet.
By Stephen Dietz. See ya.
You're going to get more chairs.
The three of them. It's not like they're in the way.
They're terribly in the way, Carl.
But you can't just deny it.
Go home, Carl.
You know what? I have never seen you outside this shop. I want to see you walk out that door right
Just
now.
get out of here.
Bobby's dead, Jody.
Look, I don't care that
And
Bobby's
so is
dead.
Felicia. And Erica.
Look, I know this, Carl.
And Joe.
We've been-
And Steve.
These are my-
And David.
Look, I know.
And
Carl,
Jose.
I know this, okay? God.
Do you? I've buried 30 people in the past 6 months, Jody.
That's great, Carl.
It's gotten to the point where I go to the memorial service to see who's still alive.
Okay, and what do you want me to do, Carl, huh? Do you want me to go prancing up and down the street shouting, oh, look at me, my friends are dying, and see how much I care? I mean, that does nothing, Carl. It brings nobody back, and it changes nothing.
Jody. Oh my God. I can't stand the chairs, Jody. But this is what I am now.
I have to get tested, Carl.
You've been tested every
No,
6
I haven't.
months. You told me that you.
I lied to you, okay?
Do you want me to go with you?
Well, can you please just find someone that'll come here and test me?
They don't make
And all
exceptions,
the other
Jody. I've
ones-
called them all. Fine. I'll get the phone book and you can just talk to him yourself.
Nobody can just be sick anymore, Carl. I mean, sometimes I can barely even remember that being sick used to mean that like you had the flu. But now you ask how one of your friends is doing and you're told that they're sick. You know exactly what that means. I mean, come on, Carl, look at this place. There are just chairs
Jody,
everywhere.
I
Just
know
shut
that this
up,
is-
Carl. What?
It is a great thing that we never fell in love. I mean, you know what they say. Lovers are easy.
Friends are
A mystery.
Will you wait for me, Carl?
I'm not going anywhere.
Thanks. Hi, this is Jody Jacobs, and I'm calling about my test results. Oh. No. Thank you.
Well,
Negative.
good.
Carl.
I'm positive.
No. God damn it, Carl.
Will you keep my chair, Jody?
Yeah.
That'd make me happy. Can I stay here tonight?
Of course. There's some blankets in the back. Go help yourself, okay?
Thanks, Jody.
Yeah. You know, we said that we'd never fall in love, and we never did. But something bound us together much stronger than love. Our friendship made it so that I know that wherever I go and whatever I do, he'll be there. I mean, he may have left me, but he isn't gone. After all, when you live in this lonely planet, you gotta find somewhere to sit.
We need all extemp speakers to go to the little theater for on deck prep. All right, next up we have dramatic interpretation. In order of appearance. maybe. Let's see. In order of appearance, from DuQuoin High School, Dylan Heap. From Hinsdale Central High School, Peter Smith. From Wheaton North High School, Christy Stakey. From Glenbrook South High School, Laura Manning. From Belleville West High School, Victoria Thompson. From Downers Grove South High School, Kyle Ackerman. And from Rock Island High School, Nate Trinrud. Here we go. In 7th place, from Hinsdale Central High School, Peter Smith. In 6th place, from Belleville West High School, Victoria Thompson. In 5th place, from DuQuoin High School, Dylan Heap. In 4th place, from Rock Island High School, Nate Trinrud. In 3rd place, from Wheaton North High School, Christy Stakey. Your tournament runner-up, from Downers Grove South High School, Kyle Ackerman. And your 2007 tournament champion, from Glenbrook South High School, Laura Manning. I present to you, performing Speakeasy, your tournament champion, Laura Manning.
You all know about me. Okay, well, my name is Esther King, and I lived here for 3 years, 4 months, and 7 days. Yeah. Well, I'm a really good helper. Yeah, see, sometimes people say that they're gonna help you, but they end up hurting you instead. Are you here to help me? Rebecca Falls once said, one of the most important things we can do in order to help one another heal is to listen to each other's stories. For Esther King, a mentally handicapped woman, the healing process begins when a group of psychology students interview her. Speakeasy by Karen Melberg. Oh yeah, I had a job. I worked at a supermarket with at that time people. Yeah, I worked with Joe, and Peter, and Rose. Yeah, well, Peter was sweet on me from the beginning, you know, like sometimes I'd be bagging the groceries and he'd come up to me and he'd smack me on the head and he'd call me a loser. Yeah, it was love at first sight. We would do a lot of stuff together too, you know, like we go see all the shows and sometimes we take a walk around the park. But we did not go upstairs for coffee because that does not really mean coffee. One day, I was back in the groceries, and Peel came up to me and smacked me on the head, and he said, you know, there's no sense in being around the bush. You're marrying me. And I said, no, I'm not. Our wedding was a hoot. Yeah, we were married 3 months later. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring the cake. Oh, and the middle was weird. Yeah, at the end, he said, okay, well, you can kiss her or smack her on the head or whatever you want. Well, I never heard that one before. Oh, Peel smacked me on the head. Yeah, he was always playing. And our honeymoon was wonderful. Yeah, we went to the beach and we built sandcastles. We were perfect for each other. And we even had an apartment right above the store. So sometimes, me and Peter would just cuddle up in his bed and watch the sunset. And then he'd sing to me. His voice, it was a beautiful voice. Yeah, well, my favorite song was Side by Side because I could play that on the piano. Yeah, and he told me, no matter what, we will always have each other. Yeah. Well, one day I came home from work and Peter was just lying on the bed and I thought he was playing one of his games on me, so I go up and try and scare him. Boo! Boo! Peter, I'm home. Oh, come on, Peter, stop playing. Wake up. Peter, you're scaring me. Peter? And then I saw the blood. Right there. And he wasn't breathing, so I called the ambulance, cause that's what you do when someone is hurt. When someone is hurt, you call for help and you call the people for help and the people come to help and the people help you. That's what they do. But when they came, they took him away from me and they wouldn't let me see him. Just wait here, they said. Just wait right here. So I did. I just waited. Me and Peter was married for 3.5 years, and no one even told me he died until the next day. A social worker came to my house. It's okay, sweetie. We're gonna take you up to North Park and we'll take care of you. We'll help you, okay?
If I had known that they were never gonna let me see him again. They were gonna take me to this place. This place where I do not belong. I wouldn't have waited. I would have just killed myself. Just wait here. They decided that they knew what was best. They decided that I was incapable of handling it.
but I was. I am. I love Peter. And I just wanted someone to listen. You know, it's not that hard, really. Just to listen. I wanted to tell him that I wanted to see him again. His eyes and his smile. And to tell him that I love him. And to hear him sing to me. Just once more. Sing to me, sweetie. Sing to me. But we'll travel along, singing our song, side by side.
Can I have HDA, please? Head to the little theater for on deck prep. HDA. All right, we move on to extemporaneous speaking. In order of appearance, from Wheaton Warrenville South, Mark Schmidt. From Hoffman Estates High School, Raj Harshvat. From Wheaton North High School, Ashley Selman. From Conant, Hoffman Estates, Kevin Gator. From Downers Grove South High School, Sandkelp Malhotra. And from Tinley Park, Andrew, Michael McLean. Here we go in sixth place. From Hoffman Estates, Conant, Kevin Gator. In fifth place, from Hoffman Estates, Raj Harshvat. In fourth place, from Wheaton North High School, Ashley Selman. In third place, from Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Mark Schmidt. Your tournament runner-up from Downers Grove South High School, Sandkelp Malhotra. And your 2007 tournament champion from Tinley Park, Andrew, Michael McLean. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your champion, Michael McLean.
We have, I guess, a custom of traditions here as we've been going on a lot before we got the show going. And I want to extend my thank yous for the entire Andrew speech team and especially the 4 Andrew speech coaches that have helped me so much. Thank you. now down to business, right? Good. Michael, clean your room. Or, Michael, if you don't clean your room, I'm going to. Yeah, we all love those threats from your mom. They're great, you know. I'm 17 and I'm still getting the clean your room threats. But after 17 years, I found out one thing. The threats mean nothing. Now, although this may be a very silly example, it does relate to politics, kind of another silly field. When we really look at it, it parallels the system of Medicare here in the United States. With an aging population and with skyrocketing healthcare costs, Americans are beginning to ask themselves one common question. That question, will reducing the budget of Medicare force reforms on that program? My response, absolutely not. Instead, Medicare will continue on the path of other entitlement programs into a path of debt and destruction. In order to understand this, we have to look at three main areas. First, we have to examine healthcare in the United States today, its demands, and how it's directly linked to politics. Secondly, we have to examine previous attempts by presidents, including President Bush, on restricting Medicare and forcing reform. All of these reforms, failures. And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have to look to the bureaucracy of Medicare, and how it will be resistant to reform. But what about healthcare here in the States today? Well, according to the October 18, 2006 edition of The Economist magazine, over 47 million Americans are without health care. When you simplify that ratio, that comes in 1 in 6 Americans without health care. And anyone that's ever been to Central Florida between the months of November and March knows that the population here in the United States is certainly aging. And what this tells us is that health care is becoming the forefront issue for Americans. According to a January 4th, 2006 edition of U.S. News & World Report, in the next 20 years, Americans are expected to double what they're going to pay for health care. And the federal government in the next 30 years is expected to double what it's shelling out for health care for elderly citizens. It's something that Americans have to consider, and a very important fact when discussing this topic. But more importantly, we have to look to September 25th, 2006 edition of Christian Science Monitor, in which Stanford economist Robert Hall described the skyrocketing premiums and prices that all Americans facing. Now, what is really important about this is how it ties back into politics, and it's pretty simple. The young and the hip aren't voting. It's the old and reliable. And guess what? I don't know a single senior citizen that wants their Medicare program cut at all. So it's not going to make sense that cutting budgets would lead to reform. And it also doesn't make sense because it hasn't worked in the past. President Bush has again cut additional Medicare benefits. According to a February 7, 2006 edition of the Chicago Tribune, in this financial budget, President Bush cut funding for Medicare by $80 billion. And every single year since inaugurated in 2001, the president has continued to cut Medicare, hoping to force reform upon it, kind of the carrot and stick approach. But again, nothing is happening. And the reason, Medicare is just so large. Cutting its large budget isn't going to do anything. According to a November 18, 2006 edition of Newsweek magazine, in fiscal year 2005, Medicare accounted for $515 billion of the federal budget. That's 21%, and $21 billion more than all America spent on defense spending. It's a huge number. And if the President Bush and other presidents haven't been able to go about reform by cutting the budget, what makes future presidents and future Congresses able to solve such a problem in this fashion? Well, they can't. And thirdly, we have to look at a very important part of the puzzle. It's called bureaucracy, and it's just part of American government. But what makes Medicare very unique is it's like the poster child of American bureaucracy. It is structured so complexly that even senior citizens and economists at top universities can't understand it. And all bureaucrats do not like reform. It's their enemy. They want to keep their jobs, and they want to keep the old system. According to a January 23, 2006 edition of the Atlanta Constitution Journal, it was reported that Medicare currently now has 7 programs. Back in 1965, when the Medicare system was first organized, it had 2 programs, a Part A for hospitals and a Part B for doctor visits and outpatient care. Today, 7 programs is just growing in complexity, a complexity that will only hurt reform. We know with Plan D, Medicare's attempt at prescription drug coverage, and the mess that it truly makes. I have an elderly grandmother, and every time we go to Costco to file with Medicare Part D, it's just a mess. It is the bureaucracy at its best. And no matter how much you cut, how much money you will cut, nothing of reform is about to take place. So when we come back to this question, will cutting the Medicare budget lead to its reform? My answer, absolutely not. We saw this through looking how politics and healthcare are interweaved in American society and controlled by older Americans. Secondly, we saw how reform of Medicare has failed in the past in that carrot-stick approach of cutting funding. And finally, and most importantly, we've examined bureaucracy to understand its importance in preventing reform. While we may have solved one problem here, we just brought about ourselves another problem, a key problem that Americans will have to solve. But in order to solve this problem, we have to look to the wise words of founder of the United States and a founding father, Ben Franklin. Franklin put it simply, man is a tool-making animal. The question now, can man make a tool to fix Medicare?
Mr. Michael McLean from Andrew.
And I could hardly speak. My heart is beating so.
Can I have HI make their way to the little theater for prep?
You think you know me well.
Congratulations, guys. Nice job. Congratulations. Here we go. In order of appearance tonight in HDA. First up, from Lincoln High School, Tony Kukura and Lincoln Moore. From South Holland, Thornwood, Joy McCowan and Joel Carter. From Glenbard West High School, Hank Kloss and Kristen Perkins. From Oak Lawn High School, Antonio Zerinkas and Rachel Rangel. From Downers Grove South High School, Sean Liston and Justin Matkovich. And from Glenbrook South High School, Andrew Cabrera and John Splithoff. Here we go. In 6th place in HDA, from Glenbard West High School, Hank Kloss and Kristen Perkins. In 5th place, from Downers Grove South High School, Sean Liston and Justin Matkovich. In 4th place, from Oak Lawn Community High School, Antonia Zarinskas and Rachel Rangel. In 3rd place, from South Holland High School, Thornwood, Joy McCowan and Joel Carter. Your tournament runner-up in HDA, from Lincoln High School, Tony Kukura and Lincoln Moore. And your tournament champion from Glenbrook South High School, Andrew Cabrera and John Splithoff. performing basic training, your tournament champion from Glenbrook South High School, Andrew Cabrera and John Splithoff.
Steve, I just met the most amazing woman ever. I think she's the one.
It's about time, man. Tell me about it.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, she's got this mystical presence and this unwavering gaze.
That sounds great.
Well, she is great.
Well, tell me more then.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, she's got this really good personality, and she's always out there in the park, and I think she's Greek. Hot, isn't she?
Yeah. Is that her watering the flowers?
Oh, yeah. That's her.
Yeah, Tom?
Yeah?
That's a statue of a guy.
Tom wants a woman.
But the women do not want a Tom.
So Steve is going to help give Tom some confidence.
Courage.
Poise.
Pride.
Strength.
And a sense of inner suavaciousness.
Yeah, that's not a word.
I know.
Basic training.
By Margaret Erickson.
Man, Steve, I get nowhere with women.
Hey, man, don't worry about it. I can help you.
And what are you gonna do for me?
I know how to get the ladies.
Oh, really? Isn't your wife divorcing you?
Yes, but that has nothing to do with how we met. Come on, man, have an open mind.
Yeah, okay. The last time I had an open mind, I ended up being the maid of honor at Doug and Ted's wedding.
Look good in that dress.
I did.
Okay, so first things first.
Okay.
You gotta know how to initiate conversation, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say you see me sitting here at the bar and you dig me.
Okay, are you or are you a female?
No,
or
I am Cindy.
Okay, well, I don't know a Cindy.
And you never will if you don't shut up and listen, Tom.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay, so you see me, Cindy, sitting here at the bar, and you dig me.
I do.
So, what do you say?
Hi, my name's Tom. Do you have the temperature?
Temperature, Tom? Are we baking turkeys here?
Okay, all right. Gee, I'm sorry. It's just everyone always asks for the time, and I wanted to be original. I mean, come on, look at the sun. I know what time it is.
No, girls do not go for originality, Tom. You gotta drop her a line, Treat her with respect.
All right.
Treat her like the lady she is.
Okay.
Now you sit here and I'll be you.
Wait, am I you or am I Cindy?
No, you're Cindy.
Oh, great.
Hey, is this seat taken?
Oh, yes, it is.
Didn't think so.
Okay.
Say, you remind me of a prostitute I once met in Fresno. What? I want to take you to 4 places. Holiday Inn.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Let me tell you a little story. There was once a frog on this side of the mountain, and then there was a frog on this side of the mountain. Forget it. Stupid story anyways. This is good.
Yeah, am I me or am I Cindy?
Oh, you're you.
Whoa, what are you doing?
What?
Oh, so what's the point here?
The point is, you gotta be smooth, show your skills.
Skills? Oh, so you mean like talking to her and getting to know her on a more personal level?
No, you don't want her to know you're an idiot.
So what do you want me to do here then?
Dance for me.
Yeah, no. I don't dance, okay? It's a bit of a fear of mine.
Come on, man, you gotta know how to dance. Women love a guy who understands how to slow dance.
Not me, huh?
Come over here. Dance with me.
I'm sorry?
Seriously, dance with me.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of weird here, and there's not even any music playing.
Hey, you think I'm doing this for my own enjoyment? Huh? You think I'm doing this for my own personal gain? I'm trying to help you, man.
I know.
Now start acting like a man. Get over here and hold me, damn it. Now!
Okay.
You gotta get closer, man. Here, there. Now, how's that feel?
It feels good?
Yeah, it does. Just where we belong, where the eagles fly.
Steve?
On the mountain high.
Steve!
Yeah?
So, is this all we're gonna be doing?
Oh, no. Just relax, Start up at the head and ease into it. take control. And when you feel it, you give a little extra. You are so beautiful to me. You.
Steve?
Yeah?
Are you caressing my butt cheeks?
Hey, do you work out?
Whoa!
No, because you've developed a great tone.
Oh, don't, okay?
What's that, squat?
Enough!
Okay, so now that you've attracted size, this woman, it's time to end the day with a goodnight kiss. Now come over here and lay one on me.
I'm not doing that.
All right, Romeo, then how would you end our wonderful evening, huh?
All right, that's easy. It was really nice, thanks.
Yeah, you see this?
Yeah?
No.
Oh.
You can't shake it.
Okay.
You gotta hold it. Man, you gotta caress it. You gotta love it and rub it.
Okay.
And then you look into her eyes and you say something real nice, like, I wish this evening would never end. Now, you see what I did with the hand and the nice voice?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You got that?
Yeah,
All right.
okay, sure.
Take my hand and give me the line.
Okay. I wish this evening would never end. I want to be as lost with you as I am in your eyes. Tonight was the... Dude, this is getting...
Don't ruin it with words.
Ruin what?
Didn't you feel it?
Feel what?
We just had a moment.
No, we did not just have a moment.
Yes, we did. When our eyes locked, it was as if they were speaking to each other, Tom. Like our souls were dancing.
No. They're not speaking.
We were one.
No, they were not dancing. They were not doing anything, all right? Oh, man, I am terrible at this. Look, man, I appreciate all this help here, but I can't be like that, all right? I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. I just hope to go out there and be myself and meet somebody who will love me for who I am. What are you doing?
It's called a massage. It's important for couples.
We are not a couple, okay? Nobody wants to be in a relationship with me. My own guinea pig committed suicide.
Hey!
What?
First off, Freckles was unsatisfied with himself. And second, I don't ever want to hear you speak like that again, okay?
All right.
Listen, there is a woman out there for every man, even the lowest of the low. Even you, Tom. You think all those guys got all those beautiful girls just by sitting around and complaining about it? Wow, this is soft. No. They went out there and they did something about it. And I know you could do the same. So I want you to get up, get out there, and get yourself a lady.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I can do this. I know how to meet the girls, and I know how to show them my skills, and I know how to end the date.
Let me hear it.
The only thing I got to do now is learn how to
kiss.
No, I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Oh, I get it. I mean, I'm good enough to show you how to do all these things, but I'm not good enough to kiss, right? You think I'm hideous, don't you?
Oh, you're beautiful. A guy like me would be lucky to get with a guy like you.
What did you just say? I'm just yanking your chain, man.
Yeah, I knew that.
Love you. You're beautiful.
Oh, God.
Hey, but seriously, what do you say we get back to the dancing, huh?
Right, dancing.
Now just remember what I taught you. Just ease. I am so proud of you.
Andrew Cabrera and John Splithoff from Glenbrook South. Impromptu speaking, please head to the little theater, please. Impromptu speaking. Congratulations, everybody. Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Now we see everything that's going wrong with the world and those who
Here we go. Let's bring the finalists for HI to the stage in order of appearance. From Wheaton North, Alex DeCamp. From Glenbard West, Kurt Toulouse. From Homewood Flossmoor, Kanisha Webb. From Glenbrook South High School, John Splithoff. From DeKalb High School, Stephanie Irving. And from Downers Grove South High School, Eileen Schroeder. Here we go, let's count them down. In sixth place, from Glenbard West High School, Kurt Toulouse. In fifth place, from DeKalb High School, Stephanie Irving. In fourth place, from Wheaton North High School, Alex DeCamp. In third place, from Homewood Flossmoor High School, Kanisha Webb. We got some funny kids up here. In second place, your tournament runner-up, from Downers Grove South High School, Eileen Schroeder. And your tournament champion from Glenbrook South High School, John Splithoff. Performing Jimmy the Antichrist from Glenbrook South, I give you John Splithoff.
Denise, get down here this instant and set the table. Your brother is gonna be here any minute.
Jeez Louise, Bob, what's the big deal anyways?
Oh, Denise, this is the first time your brother has been home ever since he left for school. Aren't you curious to see how he's changed or how he's matured?
No.
Oh, Denise. You know, you were such a cute little baby girl.
Gee, thanks, Bob.
What happened, huh? Go ahead and say hello to your Aunt Kathy. Ew, gross! Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy, is that you? Hi, everyone. Oh, Jimmy, my son. It feels great to be home, everyone. Oh, geez, where are my manners? Everyone, I'd like you to meet Colin. Colin, this is my mom, my sister, and my Aunt Kathy. Hi, everybody! My name's Colin, and I'm getting a major in musical theater. Anyways, Mom, the real reason why I brought Colin home with me this afternoon is because we have something to tell you. There are some mysteries in life that cannot be solved. For example, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I haven't. It's just like the great philosopher Kareem Abdul-Jabbar once said. Beware that your moral staple does not consist of negative virtues. Now you're probably asking yourself, what does all this have to do with the Antichrist? Isn't it obvious? Absolutely nothing. I just really like that quote. Jimmy, the Antichrist by Keith Powell. Well, sweetie, what is the big news? Go on, just tell her, Jimmy. All right, fine. Mom, I am the Antichrist.
Well, that was unexpected. Beans and rice?
No, Aunt Kathy, I'm the Antichrist. Sweetie, what do you mean you're the Antichrist? Well, I'm the dark one, the destroyer. My reign will bring about the end of days. Sweetie, what are you talking about? Well, Mom, what part about me being the Antichrist don't you understand? What part don't I understand? Let me see, Jimmy, what part don't I understand? Ding, I know. The part about you being the Antichrist! Well, I am. And Colin is my minion. You've raised an extraordinary son, Joyce. That is Mrs. Bailey to you, sinner. Hey! Mom, don't talk to my minion that way.
Whoa. Does anyone else feel like a really odd tugging in their soul?
Danae, shut up, Jimmy! You are not the Antichrist. You understand me, young man? Well, you can't keep me from being who I am, Mom. Hush now. We are going to discuss this calmly.
So, Jimmy, the Antichrist, huh? How's that working out for you?
Sweetie, how do you know you're the Antichrist? Well, I guess I've always known on some level, Mom, but it really wasn't until I met Colin that I could really fit the pieces together. Let's just say that I was the one who saw the signs. I saw the signs. The signs that maybe you were too afraid to see. Signs? Oh, what do you mean signs? Mom, what are you kidding? The way I like to listen to music backwards, my passion for the occult, or ding, I know, the way it rains frogs on my birthday every year. So, that makes you the Antichrist? Okay, fine. Explain that it causes me physical pain to walk on hallowed ground. Sweetie, that's just an allergy. An allergy, Mom, to what? I don't know. Maybe the water they use? You mean holy water? Well, who knows what goes into that stuff, Jimmy? All right, fine. But how do you explain this? Ooh. Huh? Sweetie, that's just a birthmark. A birthmark, Mom. 666 is engraved in my chest. That is not a birthmark.
It's really sort of hypnotic in an evil sort of way.
Danae, shut up! Jimmy! Sweetie, have you ever tried not being the Antichrist? Oh, you just don't get it, Mom. This is who I am. Well, it's just so unnatural. Mrs. Bailey. Some people say things like this to be genetic. Are you implying that what? Hey, Kathy, come on. I was just 5 years old. Oh, that's the heart. Oh my God, Mom, Jimmy just killed Aunt Kathy. Oh my God! Shut up, Denise! Well, don't just stand there, Jimmy. Do something. Don't incur my wrath, minion. Shink! Ooh. Shink! Himbo way way hi hee how. Himbo way way hi hee how. Candles! I'll get the candles. Woo! Himbo way way hi hee how. Whoa, everyone look, Aunt Kathy's floating. Himbo way way hi hee how. This one's called Country Linen. It's my favorite. Woo! Himbo way way hi hee how. Did I forget to turn the stove off? Mom! I'm trying to concentrate here.
Himbo! Oh. Oh, my Jimmy saved him, my Jimmy saved him, my son! Mom, listen. I may be the Antichrist, but that does not mean I love you any less. That goes for all of you. Oh, Jimmy. And I might not understand this whole Antichrist thing. But from now on, I'll remember what's most important. I love my son, even if he is the bringer of unparalleled evil. I love you, Mom. I love you too, sweetie. I love you, Mom. Oh, nice. Shut up.
From Glenbrook South, John Splithoff. Can I have OC head to the little theater for prep, please? OC to the little theater. Congratulations, guys. Good job.
I wonder what these people.
And here are your finalists in impromptu speaking. In order of appearance, from Harrisburg High School, Kyle Wilkins. From Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Mark Schmidt. From Naperville Central High School, Neil Chatterjee. From Wheaton North High School, Ashley Selman. From Sandburg High School, Amy Vogelsang. From Downers Grove South High School, Dan Nelson. From Oak Lawn High School, Thomas Kegel. And last but not least, from Harvey Thornton, LaDonna Smith. Here we go. We had 8 today in the final round. Handshake. The first 2 will get medals to you. Or first 3, and we'll pick up with 6th place. Medals will be coming to 8, and 7. We'll pick up medals with 6. Here we go. Finalists in 8th place today from Wheaton North High School, Ashley Selman. In 7th place from Harrisburg High School, Kyler Wilkins. In 6th place from Sandburg High School, Amy Vogelsang. In 5th place from Oak Lawn Community High School, Thomas Kegel. In 4th place from Naperville Central High School, Neil Chatterjee. In 3rd place from Thornton Harvey, LaDonna Smith. Your tournament runner-up in impromptu speaking in 2nd place from Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Mark Schmidt. And your tournament champion reigns from Downers Grove South High School, Dan Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, your tournament champion in impromptu speaking from Downers Grove South High School, Dan Nelson.
I
am a Boy Scout. And I say this not because when I say I am a Boy Scout, people tell me, wow, that's so cool, because that's normally not what I get. But it is something that I think is pretty cool. And when I say I'm a Boy Scout, I should add that I'm an Eagle Scout. And when I add that, I should add that I am barely an Eagle Scout. See, to be an Eagle Scout, you have to get your requirements done before your 18th birthday. I turned 18 in December, and come about October, I decided, maybe this was something I should do. Catch was, I still had to go to school and sleep, so it was a bit hectic. But I was able to eventually commit the time because I realized what I did now in scouting ultimately affected my future. And I wanted to have a good future because having a good future is good. So I decided to put in the work, and in the end, I was able to achieve my award. And when we looked at the topic, the future plays today, we can see that the future is determined by what we do in the here and now. And so, we must act immediately in order to ensure that our future is a good one. We can see this firstly, because when we act immediately in order to ensure a good future, we will have a good future. Secondly, because when we hesitate in acting to ensure we have a good future, the possible consequences could be grim. And finally, because when we refuse to act, then it is guaranteed that we're going to have a very unpleasant future. But first off, we can see that our future is determined by what we do now, because when we act right now, we will then go and ensure that we have a great future. And indeed, a man who illustrates this very well is Albert Schweitzer. Now, Schweitzer was a guy living in Europe in the early 1900s. He had a doctorate in theology, and he was a respected organ player, which is good if that's the kind of thing you like to do on a Saturday night, I don't know. But Schweitzer had his life pretty well off. But Schweitzer was not content. He wanted to help the sick people in Africa because he was a nice guy. And so he decided that that was what his future held, and on his 30th birthday, he went out and told everyone that he knew that he was going to help the sick people in Africa. And everyone that he knew told him that he was crazy because he knew nothing about medicine or Africa. But then, Schweitzer decided to act immediately because he knew that his future in helping Africa was ultimately determined by his actions at that time. So he enrolled immediately in medical school, got his degree, and went on to build a hospital in Africa that helped the lives of 60,000 people. That's a lot of people. Because Schweitzer acted immediately, in the end, his future was bright. And so we can see through Albert Schweitzer that the quotation, "the future plays today," is true, and that we must therefore act now in order to ensure that we have a good future, because when we do act now, our future is bright. However, secondly, we can also see that when we hesitate in acting, the possible consequences of hesitation can be pretty grim. And indeed, this is shown perfectly through the television show Scrubs. The Scrubs concerns several doctors working in a hospital, and in one episode, the main character, JD, realizes that he has never killed a patient, which is actually a pretty good thing, because death is bad. However, JD then starts to think. He starts to freak out because if he's never killed a patient, then he thinks it's only a matter of time before he does. And so he stops treating his patients, which is not the best thing to do in a hospital. JD is so afraid of the consequences of his actions that he does not act. He doesn't realize that the future of his patients and of his life as a doctor are completely and totally dependent upon his actions in that moment. In the end, he is saved by his mentor, Dr. Cox, who walks up to him, smacks him in the face, and says, "JD, if you don't act right now, the future of these people is grim and they're going to die. Death is bad, again." And so JD realizes he must act immediately in order to ensure a good future for these people, and he does so. And so again, JD from Scrubs shows that we must act immediately if we ever want to ensure a good future, because the future is determined by what we do now, as when we hesitate in acting, the possible consequences can be very grim. But finally, we can see that we must act right now in order to ensure that we have a good future, because when we don't act, when we make no measures to ensure that our future is good, then it's going to be very, very unpleasant. And a classic literary character who illustrates this is Voltaire's Candide. See, at the beginning of Voltaire's tale Candide, Candide believes that everything is for the best in the world, and he's taught this by his mentor, Dr. Pangloss. Candide is what we would like to call a hopeless optimist. Because of this, Candide believes that he has no need to act to make his future better, because everything in the world is already for the best. Then, Candide is kicked out of the castle where he lives, he's almost put to death, and he's whipped several thousand times. Not very pleasant. Candide does not realize at the time that his future is determined by the consequences of his current actions, and so he refuses to act. But luckily, at the end of the story, Candide realizes that he has to act if he ever wants his future to be anything above whipping. Whipping is bad. And he does act. In the end of the novel, he realizes he must act to ensure his future, but he almost didn't. And for that time when Candide did not act immediately, his life was very unpleasant. And so, again, Candide illustrates that we must act immediately if we ever want to ensure that we have a good future, because the only consequence of inaction is whipping. When we return to the topic, the future plays today, we can see that our future is determined by the actions we take today in the here and now. And so, we must ensure that these actions put us on the path towards a better future. We have seen this first through Albert Schweitzer, and how Schweitzer's actions put him on the path to helping the sick people in Africa. Secondly, through J.D. and Scrubs, and how in hesitating, he almost killed several people. And finally, through Voltaire's Candide, and how Candide, in inaction, led a very unpleasant life. So, I'm hoping all of you have some sort of future ahead of you. If you don't, I'm terribly sorry. What you need to do is you need to act right now in order to ensure that your future will be a good one. Because if you go out there and you take steps towards some sort of goal, in the end, you are going to achieve that goal. And that will make everyone happy.
From Downers Grove South High School, your tournament champion, Dan Nelson.
It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes.
Can I get oratory to head to the little theater, please? Oratory on deck.
All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breeze.
Excellent job. Congratulations.
You know, I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft.
All right, here we go. Your finalists today in original comedy, in order of appearance. From Normal Community West, Amber Schlink. From Gurney Warren, Jonathan Sokolow. From Wheaton Warrenville South, Ethan Wallace. From Lincoln High School, Lincoln Moore. From Wheaton North High School, Colin Delaney. And from Glenbard West High School, Mark Campbell. Here we go. In sixth place, from Lincoln High School, Lincoln Moore. In fifth place, from Normal Community West High School, Amber Schlink. In fourth place, from Glenbard West High School, Mark Campbell. In third place, from Gurney Warren High School, Jonathan Sokolow. In second place, from Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Ethan Wallace. And your tournament champion reigns from Wheaton North High School, Colin Delaney. Performing gold, fashion sense, and fur, your tournament champion from Wheaton North High School, Colin Delaney.
My Father, who art in heaven.
What it do, Jesus?
Oh, Hi, Dad. How's it going?
Good.
That's good. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me a human life and let you know that I am turning 13 years old this Saturday, so I was just wondering, would you like to come to my bar mitzvah party?
I'm sorry, Jesus, I can't. It's against the rules. You know that. I could send you a burning bush if you wanted one.
No, that's okay. I really want you to be there in person. It's going to be a really great party and a lot of great people, and I want you to meet someone.
Say what?
It's this girl, Mary Magdalene. She's super cool and she's super fun.
Hold up, Jesus. I think it's time you and I had a little talk.
About the birds and the bees, Dad?
No, about sex. You can't have sex, Jesus. Ever.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. And then I'm risen again serious. You must live a pious and clean life. And that means no hibbity-dibbity. Got it?
But all the humans get to.
Jesus, I baked a pie for the neighbors. That does not mean you get a slice.
You know, Dad, this is so ridiculous. Sometimes I wish that, sometimes I think that, you don't understand me at all.
Of course I understand you. I am you. It's you, me, and the Holy Ghost, Jesus. We're all in this together.
Did somebody mention the Holy Ghost? Boo! No, Holy Ghost, we didn't. Boo. This is so ridiculous. Sometimes I wish that I was never immaculately conceived at all.
Oh, Jesus, what's wrong? You look so sad. He doesn't know what sadness is, Mary. Sadness is finding out that your blushing bride is carrying another man's child. And what's worse is that man isn't a man at all. It's God. And you cannot beat up God.
Oh, Joseph, I know there may have been some divine interventions in our past, but, you're my husband. And you traded 2 pigs and an ox for my hand in marriage, and nothing says love like livestock. Bah! Oh, excuse me. Jesus is weeping over here. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. What's wrong? Dad can't come to my bar mitzvah party this Saturday.
Well, I'll be at your bar mitzvah, son.
You're not my dad. Leave me alone. Well, I'm sorry to hear that God can't come, but I've got something that might make you feel a little better. Milk and honey? No, you silly goose. We hired world-famous party planner Mr. Lazarus to plan your bar mitzvah party for you. Isn't that great? Oh.
What is up on my party, people? Mr. Lazarus is in the house and I'm here to bring this party back to life.
Well, that's ironic.
We're going to work it and turn it right around. So put your hands up. Now everybody scream. Ah!
I'm pretty sure that's a sin.
Getting down and funky is not a sin. It's what's natural. Isn't that right, Mom and Dad?
I'm gonna have to go with Jesus on this one.
And I'm not his father. Okay. It's one of those dealies. I can work with it. All right, Jesus. I was doing a little bit of background research for the party, as we call it in the biz. And I was thinking, how about for your, theme for the party, how about Jesus' bar mitzvah? It's a leper-free zone.
But it's not.
All right, stepping back. Okay. Everybody kind of thinks you're a bit of a nerd, okay? A real smart guy, a real brainiac.
Oh, come on, Mr. Lazarus. No, they don't.
Hey, Jesus, you want to get stoned?
Well, as long as he without sin cast the first one.
Loser.
So I was thinking, how about we take something old, something boring, gold, frankincense, myrrh, it spices, I'm bored, and we bring it into the 1st century with a little bit of gold, fashion sense, and fur. Rao, what do you think?
Well, it's not terrible.
I can work with not terrible, and so it is. Gold, fashion sense, and fur.
Dad?
Yes, Jesus?
Well, today is my bar mitzvah. Are Are you sure you can't make it?
I'm sorry, Jesus, I can't, but hey, buck up. I'll see you in about 20 years, okay?
Oh, so you're coming to my 33rd birthday?
Something like that. Bye! I hope you have a nice day. Eat a good lunch.
Okay, I love you, Dad. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cross yourself. Now cross yourself. Now everybody clap your hands. Getting funky with it. This is the greatest party I've ever been to in my life. What do you think, Thomas?
I doubt it.
Oh, Jesus, isn't it wonderful? All your friends are here. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. And don't forget about Judas. Give me a big old hug and a kiss. Blah!
Hi, Judas. It's nice to see you too. Everyone, I'd like to say a few words. I have a few announcements. Preach, 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 preach. Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to my bar mitzvah. I'm 13 years old now, and that means that I'm finally a man. And as a man, I'd like to say that, well, I understand something about the concept of responsibility. So, Mary Magdalene, I'm sorry, but I can't date you. It just won't work out.
Oh, honey, we don't have to date. I just want the body of Christ.
Oh my God. You are a weird person. That is weird. And furthermore, I understand that, you know, from now on, life's not going to be all water to wine and fish and loaves. And I mean, life's tough. But you got to accept that and realize that ultimately, well, everything's just going to fall into place.
Did somebody say fall? As in the fall of man!
All right, who invited Satan? Not cool, guys. Not cool.
I crashed. I had to wish Jesus a happy bar mitzvah. How'd you like to come with me, Jesus? I have snack packs. Chocolate.
They're delicious!
Satan, my dad is going to be so cross with you when he finds out that you were here.
But Jesus,
I am your father. No, you're not. I am.
Oh my God, Dad, you came!
Jerk. Of course. You think I'd miss my son's big day?
But the rules.
Jesus, I make the rules. But as for you, Satan, you go to hell, and you take your pudding packs with you.
But I just wanted to party.
Go to hell.
Oh.
Now then, who wants to get down and funky? With God.
I told you it wasn't a sin. Yay!
This is the best bar mitzvah ever.
From Wheaton North High School, Colin Delaney. Congratulations. Here we are with your finalists in original oratory. Can I please get declamation down to the prep area? In order of appearance, from Wheaton Warrenville South, Christina Roja. From Wheaton North High School, Alyssa Obert. From Downers Grove North High School, Monica Rostagi. From DeKalb High School, Holden Wilson. From Glenbard West High School, Kristen McCaffrey. And from Glenbrook South High School, Leah Hirsch. In 6th place, from DeKalb High School, Holden Wilson. In 5th place, from Downers Grove North High School, Monica Rostagi. In 4th place, from Glenbard West High School, Kristen McCaffrey. In 3rd place, from Glenbrook South High School, Leah Hirsch. Your tournament runner-up reigns from Wheaton North High School, Alyssa Obert. And your 2007 state champion in oratory from Wheaton Warrenville South, Christina Roja.
Meet Sarah and John, two 19-year-old students. Sarah has already completed a year of college with courses in Italian, art history, and accounting. Then there's John, who has chosen to delay college and spend the year in Italy, living in the heart of Florence and working as a cashier in a small cafe. Convention would argue that Sarah is on the path to becoming a success, while John now lags a year behind his peers. Interestingly, Sarah's grades and emotional stability have plummeted because her choice of attending college may have been forced prematurely, compared to John, who will attend college next year having experienced life beyond the classroom, who's on the path to becoming a success now. For many of today's high school students, college is the expected next step. For the others, it's auditioning for American Idol. Consequently, decisions concerning their futures are often based upon external expectations rather than their own internal passions. Remember that test that we took back in middle school that said that Susie should be a nurse and Bobby should be a doctor and you should be a speech judge? Sadly, it doesn't end there. We as adolescents are narrowing our sights at an age when we should be exploring new horizons. To further understand this issue of premature academic decision-making, we will first examine the causes, then identify some of its impacts, and finally, take control of our futures with some solutions. Many critical causes lie beneath this issue of education expectation. First, the conventional pathway of high school to college may unwittingly place pressure on students to only make choices that fit the template of the mainstream. As far back as 2002, in a study conducted by Lancaster University, researchers commented, many students reached a point where they felt they were on the conveyor belt of education. Clearly, the cookie-cutter mold expected isn't for everyone, but students are reluctant to displease by making an atypical choice. And it doesn't help that the college admissions process is now more competitive. An August 21st, 2006 Time magazine article entitled, "Who Needs Harvard?" reports that 62% more students are attending college than did in the 60s, and that Princeton turned down 4 out of every 5 valedictorian applicants in 2005. Additionally, a recent academic study done by Chris Brown in the Journal of Youth Studies examined the power of decision-making in young people. Brown asserts that our highly competitive and materially oriented world limits the potential of its young people, who are just expected to earn a college degree in order to succeed. Further, as students approach high school graduation, parental input intensifies. A quantitative study done by Jeffrey Wilkes and Margaret Orth in the previously mentioned Journal of Youth Studies indicates, when making decisions about the future, teens sought the experienced voices of their parents. This is a power that parents should wield wisely and not exploit in order to fulfill personal ambition. Finally, we teens are not exempt. We succumb to pressure from both adults and peers to conform. Yes, support is significant. But by blindly following another's directive, the results can be irreparable. Just ask Katie Holmes. Thus, the traditional track, family and peer pressure, and teens themselves all contribute to youth making premature decisions about the future. This phenomenon has evolved with significant impact. The New York Times of September 3, 2006 reports, 30% of college freshmen don't see sophomore year. Why is the statistic so high? Probably because most of the students are. But another theory could be that we adolescents are jumping into college before we're ready, simply continuing on the termed conveyor belt of academia. Secondly, our course of study could take much longer when we make premature choices. The data from the National Center for Education Statistics indicates only 35% of college students graduate in 4 years. This is a direct correlation to the lack of focus that many young adults have, a costly consequence that could have been avoided if the individual had been passionate about the final goal. Finally, employers are starting to catch on that college graduates are woefully unprepared for life in the real world. Jack M. Stewart, a California employer in the technology field, said in the October 15, 2006 Sacramento Bee, "The public education system is being forced to train youth for futures they will never have." The fact is, some students will flourish by being in the real world first, something for which they shouldn't be judged. Dropping out of college, taking extra years and dollars to finish college, and a lack of real-world experience are all severe consequences that can result from teens not fully thinking out decisions concerning their futures. Because these effects are significant and tangible to us as teens, we have an obligation to ourselves to explore solutions. To put it simply, when making decisions concerning the future, allow students to listen to the voice inside. And if that inner voice isn't coming through clearly, students can consider a variety of options, such as employment or taking a gap year. That is, placing a free year in between high school and college, like the story of John told earlier. And no, I'm not talking about a year spent in your parents' basement perfecting your Guitar Hero skills. Actually, students usually spend the year working, volunteering, traveling, and learning. As the Seattle Times of October 26, 2006 puts it, successful gap year students are ready with firm plans about how to be useful during their break. A powerful example of a gap year program is City Year, an organization that focuses on community service and enhancing the leadership skills of its participants. In the previous article, Jack Cassio expresses how much this program changed his life. Where before he lacked drive and goals, now he is impassioned about making a difference in middle schools. However, this direction may not be for everyone. Some argue that gap year could cause students to lose momentum and get distracted. It all depends on the approach. If a gap year is chosen because extra time is needed in order to plan for the future, motivations are in the right place. As Jack Cassio puts it, it's the difference between taking a year off and taking a year on. Just talk to anyone who has ever held down a job and then returned to school. Clearly, these students appreciate their education on a whole new level because they don't take things for granted. The point is, we adolescents should not be forced to make decisions in the traditional time frame because people process choices differently. When I took the test in middle school, it said that I should be a circus clown. Awesome. But I quickly decided that maybe that wasn't for me. Really, I have no idea what I want to be yet, which is why I personally am considering taking a gap year. Teens, as we approach high school graduation, we need to take the future into our own hands. And for some of us, that might mean taking the road less traveled. Whether you want to travel to Japan for a year, go to Princeton, or pursue employment, make the choice that is right for you. In other words, don't make the mistake that our friend Sarah did, of jumping into a future without fully thinking it through. Instead, be like John and Jack, who chose to believe in themselves above all else.
Your tournament champion from Wheaton-Warrenville South High School, Christina Rojas. Can I get the pro speakers to head to the little theater for prep, please? Pro speakers. Did I say pro speakers? Pros readers. Congratulations. Next up, Oratorical declamation, appearing in order from DeKalb High School, Annie Ying. From Downers Grove South High School, Sean Liston. From Thornridge High School, Christina Harper. From Glenbrook South High School, Robert Whitley. From Thornwood High School, Constance Stanley. From Hinsdale Central High School, Danielle Davis. And from Palos Heights Shepherd, Paul Robinson. We had seven. We will be sending a medal to you, so we'll get a good handshake here. In 7th place, from DeKalb High School, Annie Ying. In 6th place, from Hinsdale Central High School, Danielle Davis. In 5th place, from Palos Heights Shepherd, Paul Robinson. In 4th place, from Downers Grove South High School, Sean Liston. In 3rd place, from Dalton Thornridge High School, Christina Harper. Your tournament runner-up hails from South Holland, Thornwood, Constance Stanley. And your tournament champion from Glenbrook South High School, Robert Whitley. Performing Even the Crumbled Ones from Glenbrook South High School, your tournament champion, Robert Whitley.
So, before I get rolling here, there are a few things I need to cover. The first thing is, I'm a magician. Second thing is that I'm not very good. In fact, I can't make anything appear from inside my coat. I don't know any cool card tricks. I don't even have a magic wand. Third thing is that I'm a Pisces. So what can I do? I make people believe. Believe in what? Magic. Author, motivational speaker, humorist, and magician. Richard Spiegel has done it all. And he reminds us that life is what's magically happening when you're too busy to notice. And encourages us to take the time and see the world around us. Because when we do, we see that it's filled with this little thing called magic. Even the Crumbled Ones by Richard Spiegel. I've listened to many speakers and all of them seem to have the same message. Stop and smell the roses. Well, I'm telling you not to do that. It's too dangerous. I had a teacher once, Mr. Andrews, tells me I need to stop and smell the roses once in a while. So one day I walk up to this beautiful garden filled with red roses and I lean down. I stick my nose in one and proceed to get stung by a bee. Yeah, right on the very nose I used to stop and smell the roses. But it didn't end there. No. See, that's when things went from bad to worse. See, apparently I'm allergic to bee stings. Went into a semi-bee-induced sleep. Fell into the rose bushes and woke up in the hospital with an enormous nose, 73 punctures in my skin, and a nurse named Bubba. So excuse me for not telling you to stop and smell the roses. Instead, I'll just say what everyone wants to be known. Slow down. Slow down. Take it all in. Because when you don't, the lessons learned can be tough. I've learned many lessons in life. Some have been harder than others. For example, don't eat yellow snow. Yeah, it isn't lemonade mixed with snow. Trust me. A few other lessons have also been valuable. Psst, wake up. Yeah, this is the part I'm going to tell you some things that'll kind of help you get through life. Okay, so here it goes. Lesson number 1, shut up. No, seriously, shut up for 1 minute and just listen. Because if you're too busy talking, you're going to miss out on all the beauty and magic life has to offer. We spend too much time talking without really saying anything. 2, people die. They do. They die when you least expect it, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you can prepare for it by treating each moment as a meaningful moment of truth. Point 3 is to forgive. There is nothing more magical than the feeling you get when you forgive someone for some indiscretion. So let go of the grudge against your parents, guys, for dressing you up like a princess on Halloween. You know, taking pictures of you in fingernail polish and lipstick. I have. And finally, don't be so quick to react. I mean, instead of giving the finger to tell somebody how you feel, give $1 to something that matters. All right, so let's review. Slow down, shut up, listen, death happens, forgiveness good. Slow down. Now, I told you I was a magician, so on to the magic. Now, I know that good magicians never share their secrets, but I've already told you that I'm not a good magician, so I'm gonna go ahead and share them with you right now. If you want to get the most out of life, remember that life is fun and funny and filled with astonishing and amazing magic. Why magic? It's simple. When we rediscover the magic in our lives, it allows us to go back to a place in our lives where we believed everything was possible. It allows us to live well, to be well, and to even work well. We are living in a world where wars are being fought over oil, kids are killing kids, and where some music group named the Wiggles continues to entrance our children. Yeah, they're a cult. We can get beyond the wars and the deaths and even the Wiggles. How? See the magic in everything around you. I mean, it's there. You just have to look. The old couple sitting on the park bench, married for 40 years and still holding hands, saying so much without saying a single word. The father and son going to their first ball game together. Your daughter's first full diaper. Yes, even a full diaper can be filled with magic. Now, I know there are the skeptics, those of you like this guy here who don't believe in magic. Don't hate these people. Hug them. Convince them. Give them a reason to believe. See, when we believe, anything is possible, even in the midst of tragedy. For years, Sabitha Abu was told that she could never have children. When her daughter was born, she felt as though a miracle had been performed. 3 years later, she was devastated when her 3-year-old daughter was ripped away from her arms by the tsunami that struck Indonesia. For hours, she searched everywhere, and as she was walking down a waterlogged street filled with dead bodies, a whimpering caused her to look up. There, high above the ground, she found her daughter, safely tucked away at the top of a tree. Somehow, she had been spared. Life is astonishing and filled with magic. You just have to look. Well, we've reached the end, and I know you guys are thinking, finally, we can move on. But hey, before I go, would anybody like the bill? Wow, look who woke up. No, seriously, I'm gonna give this away, but before I do, let me do this. All right, anybody still want it? Oh, okay, well, what if I crumble it all up? Who wants it now? Interesting. No matter what I did to this money, you all still wanted it. Because its value didn't decrease. It's still worth $20. See, many times, okay, you can pick it up later. Many times in our lives, we feel as though we are dropped, crumbled, and ground into the dirt by decisions we make and circumstances that come our way. We feel as though we're worthless. But no matter what has happened or what will happen, you will never lose your value. Dirty or clean, crumbled or finely creased, you are all still priceless to those you love. See, the worth of our lives comes not in what we do or who we know, but from who we are. and you're all special. Don't ever forget it. Well, my time has ended, so, like any good magician, I'll go out with the grand finale. For my closing trick, I shall make myself disappear. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What? I'm gone. I am. You just have to believe.
Your tournament champion from Glenbrook South High School, Robert Whitley. In order of appearance, in prose reading today. Here they come. From Downers Grove South High School, Eileen Schroeder. From Aniqua Valley High School, Chrissy Niels. From Pekin High School, Andrew Scott. From Glenbard West High School, Phoebe Duvall. From Glenbrook South High School, Andrew Cabrera. And from DeCoyne High School, Dylan Heap. Here we go, there were 6. In 6th place tonight, from Glenbard West High School, Phoebe Duvall. In 5th place, from Aniqua Valley High School, Chrissy Niels. In 4th place, from Glenbrook South High School, Andrew Cabrera. In 3rd place, from Pekin High School, Andrew Scott. In 2nd place, from Downers Grove South High School, Eileen Schroeder. And your tournament champion in prose reading, from DeCoyne High School, Dylan Heap. Reading for us this evening, Do You Want My Opinion? From DeCoyne High School, Mr. Dylan Heap.
The night before last, I had this dream about Lauren Lane. I dreamed that Lauren Lane asked my opinion of The Catcher in the Rye. Last night, I dreamed I told Cynthia Slater what I thought about classical music, Picasso's art, and U.S. foreign relations. These dreams, having conversations with girls? They're getting worse. I'm tired of sticking my head under the cold water faucet. Early this morning, my father came into my room. John, are you getting serious with Eleanor Rossi? You stay up until all hours of the night talking with her. We know all about it, John. Her mother called your mother. I didn't say anything. My dad was standing over me ready to deliver the lecture. It always started the same way. Before you know it, you'll be exploring all sorts of ideas together. Knowing each other so well, you'll finish each other's sentences. Look, do me a favor, pal. Don't ask her opinions. Stick to lovemaking, okay? I know it's you who starts it. Okay. He gave me a poke in the ribs and went down to breakfast. Love is a many splendid thing. Love lifts us up where we belong. All you need is love. Yeah? Imagine a society in which this is entirely true. A reverse world that encourages sexuality and condemns contemplation. In this piece, we see a teenager restricted by the confines of such a world, and just how frustrating trying to deal with its realities can be. Do you want my opinion? By M.E. Kerr. By the time I got downstairs, Dad had finished his eggs and was sipping coffee, holding hands with my mother. I don't think they've exchanged an idea in years. To tell you the truth, I can't imagine them exchanging ideas ever, though I know they must have at some point. All I've ever seen them do is hug and kiss. Maybe they wait till I'm asleep to get into their discussions. Who knows? When I got to school, I went to the boys' room for a smoke. Yes, that's right, I'm starting to smoke. That's the state of mind I'm in. My father says I'm going through a typical teenage stage. He says he went through the same thing when he was my age, but I just can't picture that. On the bathroom walls, there were heads drawn with kids' initials inside. There was the usual graffiti. Josephine Merrill is a brain. I'd like to know her opinions. Or, if you'd like some interesting conversation, try Allison. I smoked a cigarette in the bathroom and thought of Lauren Lane. Who didn't think of Lauren? You know, I made a bet with myself that there were at least a half a dozen guys like me, remembering what Lauren said last week in Thoughts class when Mr. Porter asked what dreams were. Dreams can be waking thoughts or sleeping thoughts. I had a dream once, a waking one, about a world where you could say anything on your mind. But you had to be very careful about who you touched. You could ask anyone his opinion, but you couldn't just go up and kiss him. Everyone in the room got red in the face. One kid yelled out, "If you had to be careful about who you touched, how would you reproduce in that world?" The same way we do in our world, only lovemaking would be special. It would be the intimate thing, and discussing ideas would be natural. Everyone was laughing and nudging the people next to them, but my mind was spinning. Mr. Porter ran back and kissed Lauren. She couldn't seem to stop. What's wrong with a free exchange of ideas? Lauren, ideas are personal. Bodies are all alike, but ideas are individual and personal. Now, I know this is a class on thoughts, but really, we have to have some modesty. You know, a couple more outbursts like that, and those parents who want thoughts taken out of the school curriculum will have their way. Some kid will run home and tell his folks what goes on in Porter's class, and thoughts will be replaced with another boring course in body maintenance or sex ed or some other subject that's not supposed to be provocative. But Lauren just can't quit. She's a brain, and that mind of hers is going to wander all over the place. It just is. She's that kind of girl. You know, sometimes I think I'm that kind of boy, and not the nice boy I pretend to be. Do you know what I mean? I want to tell someone what I think about the books I read, not just recite their plots. And I want to ask someone what she thinks about World War II, not just go over its history. And I want to... Never mind. Listen, to heck with it. It's not what's up here that counts. Love makes the world go round. Love-making is what's important. Relaxing the body, letting your mind empty, just feeling without thinking, just giving in and letting go. There will be plenty of time to make points, discuss ideas, all of it. I'll meet the right girl someday. And when I do, we'll have the rest of our lives to confide in each other. Every night if we want to. I put that memory out of my poor messed up mind and threw my cigarette into the toilet. I was walking down the hallway when I saw Lauren headed right toward me. She looked carefully at me, and I looked carefully at her. It took everything I had to keep from blurting out, "Lauren, what do you think of life on the moon? Lauren, do you like Kurt Vonnegut's writing? Lauren, do you think rock music is profound or shallow?" For a moment, my mind went blank as we stood without smiling or touching. Then she kissed me, and I slid my arms around her waist. I came really close to asking her if she'd like to go out sometime, but it's not fair to ask a girl out when you're really just after one thing. So, I just held her close to me, gently told her that her hair smelled like the sun, and her lips tasted as sweet as red summer apples. Yet, all the while I was thinking, oh, Lauren, what do you think of The Catcher in the Rye?
From DeCoyne High School, Dylan Heap. Can I have SOS to the little theater, please? SOS. Here we go with the finalists in order of appearance tonight in radio speaking. From Normal Community, Priya Gopinath. From Lincoln High School, Annie Sheely. From Glenbard West High School, Kyle Frischkorn. From Downers Grove South High School, Danielle Tannenbaum. From Pekin High School, Andrew Scott. From Chicago Heights Marion, Michelle Pritchett. From Palatine Fremd, Rita Pello. And from Wheaton North High School, Bridget Burschels. Here we go. In 8th place, from Lincoln High School, Annie Sheely. In 7th place, from Normal Community High School, Priya Gopinath. In 6th place, from Downers Grove South High School, Danielle Tannenbaum. In 5th place, from Pekin High School, Andrew Scott. In 4th place, from Palatine Fremd, Rita Pello. In 3rd place, from Glenbard West High School, Kyle Frischkorn. Your tournament runner-up in radio speaking, from Wheaton North High School, Bridget Buchholz. And your tournament champion hails from Chicago Heights Marion, Michelle Pritchett. Got it. Ladies and gentlemen, your tournament champion from Chicago Heights, Marion, Michelle Pritchett.
Iranian nuclear programs under harsh scrutiny. New Orleans residents cry for congressional investigations, and local diners narrowly escape restaurant fire. Good evening, I'm Michelle Pritchett, and I'll have these stories and more on today's WLBC News Update, brought to you by Rudy's Restaurant. Topping international headlines this evening, Iran's President Mohammad Ahmadinejad says Iran won't give up its nuclear programs. However, it won't produce nuclear weapons either. His statement comes days before the UN Security Council deadline demanding that Tehran halt uranium enrichment or face further sanctions. From the streets of Caracas, Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez is warning that the United States ambassador could be kicked out of the country. Chavez accuses William Brownfield of meddling in Venezuelan affairs. Brownfield believes that U.S. firms and investors must be compensated fairly if Chavez carries through with a threat to nationalize a phone company. Tragedy strikes Spain as at least 6 people from a group of scientists and nature lovers have died. They became trapped underground while exploring tunnels in the Canary Islands. They appear to have inhaled toxic gases. 6 others have been hospitalized, but there is no word on their condition. On the national scene, New Orleans residents are calling to Congress. They wish to set up an independent, bipartisan panel similar to the September 11th Commission in order to investigate why levees failed during Hurricane Katrina. Senators have supported the idea, as well as prominent levee experts. Looking to Wall Street, Sara Lee Corporation announced it will lay off nearly 1,700 employees as part of a plan to increase business performance. That amounts to about 3% of their overall workforce. About 1,200 workers will be laid off when the company closes plants in West Point, Mississippi. Downers Grove, Sara Lee, and another 489 workers will be laid off around the globe. On the health beat, researchers studying a disease that causes people to suddenly nod off hope to use their findings to help people with insomnia. They're developing a drug that induces sleep by blocking the same brain receptors that narcolepsy patients lack. However, some doctors are concerned about how the drug would affect sleep quality. Closer to home, no one was injured in a fire that destroyed a pasta restaurant. Workers at the pasta house company smelled smoke before the fire, which may have started in the attic. The restaurant was filled with customers, but all were evacuated safely. No one was injured and no one was killed. Good news for Peoria College students, as it is offering a college tuition program to reward families who live in the city. Mayor Jim Ardis used his State of the City address today to introduce the Peoria Promise. It would provide tuition assistance for students who graduate from 4 Peoria high schools. The program will go into effect with the high school graduating class of 2008. $1 million will fund the first year of the program. I'll have news on Tank Johnson's arrest, plus your weekend weather forecast after this quick word from our sponsors. If you're looking for the ultimate in food and entertainment, then bring the family to Rudy's. You know that Rudy's is famous for their mouth-watering ribs, but the great food doesn't stop there. Rudy's menu has something for everyone, from appetizers to dessert. Rudy's aims to please. And to pass the time while you wait, Rudy's has trivia games and big screen TVs. Wednesdays from 5 to 8 is Kids Night, with a magician, video games, and prizes. Rudy's, it's the place for ribs and family entertainment. Located at the corner of Fort Scully Road and Phoenix Parkway in Almington in Illinois. And now, news from the sports desk. Tank Johnson of the Chicago Bears has pleaded guilty to violating probation in a 2005 gun case. Judge John Moran delayed sentencing until March 15th so that an investigation could be performed. The same judge allowed Johnson to travel to Miami for the Super Bowl. Johnson was arrested on misdemeanor weapons charges on December 14th after police raided his home and found 6 unregistered firearms. In the NBA, it was good news for the Bulls as they easily beat the Bucks 90-83. The Wizards cast a spell on the Nets 98-76. Miami turned up the heat on Indiana, winning 89-87 in an exciting overtime finale. Atlanta clobbered Houston 114-99, and the Trailblazers dribbled past the 76ers 97-89. And now it's time for today's WLBC weather forecast. Get out those shovels and snow boots because it looks like more snow. Right now it's cloudy, windy, and 34 degrees. You can expect tonight to be frigid with lows around 13. Expect tomorrow to be a great day to stay inside and relax with clouds and temperatures in the 30s. The rest of the week brings more snow with cloudy skies through Wednesday. This has been a WLBC News Update brought to you by Rudy's Restaurant. I'm Michelle Pritchett, as always, wishing you a glorious day and an extremely pleasant weekend.
From Chicago Heights, Marion, Michelle Pritchett.
Why you punish me like a wave crashing into the shore? You are
Can we get the verse readers to head to the little theater for prep, please? Verse readers. Congratulations.
Like a friend went somewhere to go. You left me crying. Can you teach me about tomorrow and all the pain and sorrow?
Okay, we had a couple SOS people that were also in the next final. Can we get them to head back to, or radio people back in SOS? Maybe we've got them. Okay, here we go. SOS in order of appearance. From Charleston High School, Ben Letty. From Belleville West High School, Derek Cooper. From Carbondale High School, Manjab Sidhu. From Revis High School, Andrew Bogue. From Thornton High School, Alex Bass. From Glen Ellen, Glenbard West High School, Kyle Fritchhorn. And from Downers Grove South High School, Danielle Tannenbaum. We got everybody. Okay. There were 7 in 7th place. From Carbondale High School, Manjab Sidhu. In 6th place, from Glenbard West High School, Kyle Frischhorn. In 5th place, from Thornton High School, Alex Bass. In 4th place, from Revis High School, Andrew Bogue. In 3rd place, from Belleville West High School, Derek Cooper. In 2nd place, from Downers Grove South High School, Danielle Tannenbaum. And your tournament champion from Charleston High School, Ben Letty. Here we go, performing one at a time, please. Your tournament champion from Charleston High School, Mr. Ben Letty.
I thought I needed to attach a microphone. I missed these. With better communication tools and new technology, Americans have become expert multitaskers in the 21st century. Now, I know you... Oh, that's me. Hold on. Hello? Oh, hey! Oh, no, I'm not busy. I'm just giving a speech. Now, I know you may be thinking that it's impossible to take on multiple tasks at once. Well, here's what I say to you. Shut up. No, you didn't. You're bad. Well, that's why I never date circus folk. However, our brains are super smart, and we can just shave her face while she's sleeping. Oh, it's time for my yoga. Hold on. I can still talk. Has this ever happened to you? And not dating a circus woman with facial hair. Though if you have, I'm not judging. Now, how often have you started one task to find yourself bombarded with 2 or 3 others? Or who knows someone who drives with one hand on the steering wheel, another grasping a cup of coffee, and a cell phone cradled in their neck? We are a nation of proud multitaskers, and it's not a good thing. And as you, my senior honors English class, are about to enter the multitasking world through college and the workplace, I've come to speak with you today about the dangers of multitasking. So first we'll take a look at what multitasking is. Then we'll see what kind of problems it can cause and why we do it. Finally, we'll look at ways to stop multitasking. You know, I could do those all at once and save time. So what is multitasking? Well, most simply put, multitasking is taking on 2 or more complex activities at a time. But it's important we understand what isn't multitasking. Walking and talking, for example, are 2 activities we can do simultaneously because they are highly practiced skills, according to a 2006 Time magazine article, The Multitasking Generation. And I think I just did it pretty well. So if I'm walking down the street with my friend who's dating the bearded lady, I can talk with them. Do I want to? No. But I could. Now, when we switch from one task to another, such as walking down the street to sitting down and reading a book, we're using our brain's prefrontal cortex, which is right behind the forehead. This is known as a toggling action. Now, things get tricky when we attempt to complete many complex tasks without switching back and forth. Now, it may feel like we're doing them all at the same time, but in reality, our prefrontal cortexes are bouncing the commands back and forth, and our heads, like a frantic game of ping pong, our focus is all over the map. And we're multitasking. Now, multitasking hurts us in 3 main ways. First, it makes us less efficient. The previously mentioned Time magazine article states that 2.1 hours of the workday are wasted by interruptions from a main task, and it costs the U.S. economy $588 billion a year. That's enough money to fill the gas tanks of like 3 Hummers. That's not funny. That's science. Second, it's dangerous. In 2004, the LA Times reported that excessive multitasking can lead to anxiety, depression, and ADD. Now, I know if you're in your room dancing to Christina Aguilera in your underwear, writing an essay and eating pizza, the only thing getting hurt is your dignity. However, if you're on the road and talking on a cell phone, according to livescience.com, you may be contributing to the 2,600 deaths and 330,000 injuries that result from cell phone use on the road every year. So why do we multitask? Well, we got a case of the squirts. Dopamine squirts. In a 2004 Seattle Times article, Harvard professor John Rady says that when the brain gets excited over rapid data, it releases a dopamine squirt, a chemical that makes us feel happy. Now think about it. When we multitask, we're simultaneously nurturing the many reward centers in our brain, from social lives to work needs to our appetites. This temporary thrill of feeling happily productive distracts us from the fact that multitasking slows us down and weakens our focus. We think we can multitask effectively, but in reality, it's like a game of Twister. You know, it starts out innocently enough, right? A spinner. Happy, flexible kids. Right foot blue. And then suddenly you're sucked into a sick world of colors and limbs, and your body is stretched on ways they can't show on TV.
And if we stretch too far, well, we might collapse. Which brings us to the third way that multitasking hurts us. It makes us stupid. Consider these findings from a November 2005 issue of Discover magazine. 2 groups in London took an IQ test. Now, the first group took the test while checking emails and instant messaging. The second group was smoking marijuana. The pot had scored higher. So, how do we twist ourselves out of this one? Well, the solution is simple. Smoke marijuana. No, you probably shouldn't. As we enter college and the workplace, we must fight multitasking however we can. I could give some general suggestions. Try checking the internet only once or twice a day. You'll save time, and the pile-up of messages will give your ego a boost. If you're on the road and your cell phone rings, either don't answer or let the person know you're busy and you'll call them back. Now, this general advice might be helpful, but I think what's really going to help all of us most is to identify our personal bad multitasking habits. And we all have them. One of mine, for example, is putting on my seatbelt as I'm pulling out of a parking space. And it's really stupid, because I should put on my seatbelt first, which takes, 3 seconds tops, and then pull out of the space with full concentration. Others on the road deserve to know I have my full attention on a main task, and I don't want to run into a kid. Again. Most importantly, prioritize. And when I got my call at the beginning of my speech, I should have ignored it. 1, because it was imaginary. But 2, my speech was the most important task at hand. Now, when you're faced with multiple tasks, separate what you want to do from what you need to do. Start with what's most urgent and attack the other activities one after the other. Remember your prefrontal cortex? This is what it loves to do. It may not be able to cover the whole twister mat, but it can help you bend without breaking. Well, there's no doubt we live in a society with many influences competing for our attentions every day. Cell phones, internet, television, friends, family, hunger, the road, you name it. There's a lot on our plates. But multitasking is simply not the best way to deal with such a busy world. There's no doubt we're busy people. But by identifying and eliminating our bad multitasking habits, we can get our work done more efficiently, more safely, and with better quality. So, when the urge to multitask creeps up, Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Hey, I'm busy, and you're not real. We can take control.
From Charleston High School, Ben Letty.
You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye. Let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who held your
Congratulations, guys. Great job.
But don't forget.
All right, we're down to our last event. Verse reading in order of appearance. From Charleston High School, Ben Letty. From Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Mary Mangan. From Thornwood High School, Jasandra Johnson. From Downers Grove South High School, Geisha Gonzalez. From Rock Island High School, Nate Trinrud. And from Oak Lawn Community High School, Teresa Slonskis. Here we go, we had 6. In 6th place, from Wheaton Warrenville South High School, Mary Mangan. In 5th place, from Oak Lawn Community High School, Teresa Slonskis. In 4th place, from Rock Island High School, Nate Trinrud. In 3rd place, from Thornwood High School, Jasandra Johnson. Your tournament runner-up, from Downers Grove South High School, Geisha Gonzalez. Double tournament champion today from Charleston High School, Ben Letty.
This is dedicated to a dog named Rufus, who's half Chihuahua and half Poodle and displays the worst traits of both. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rain water beside the white chickens. I don't get the poem. I mean, if that's a poem, well, then any words can be a poem. Well, here's mine. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road. Oh, why? Well, the wheelbarrow guy didn't tell why. Poet Frank O'Hara once said, "Poetry is life to me." Indeed, by expressing ourselves through poetry, we can communicate our thoughts and feelings and come to terms with our own life experiences as well. Love That Dog by Sharon Creech, along with the works of William Carlos Williams, Robert Frost, and Walter Dean Myers. I'm going to clean the pasture spring. I'll only stop to rake the leaves away and wait to watch the water clear. I shan't be gone long. You come too. Okay, I really did not get that pasture poem you read today. I mean, someone's going to the pasture to clean the spring and wants you to come too. I mean, really. And what does shan't mean? Well, we were going for a drive, and my father said to me, "We won't be gone long. You come too." And so I went and we drove to a red brick building with the sign "Animal Shelter." And inside we walked past cages with all kinds of dogs. Big and small, fat and skinny, barking as if they were saying, me, choose me, I'm the best one. And that's where we saw the yellow dog. Standing against the cage with his paws curled around the wire and his long red tongue hanging out, and his big black eyes, and his tail was wagging as if he were saying, me, choose me. And we did. and in the car, he put his head against my chest and wrapped his paws around my arm as if he were saying thank you. And the other dogs get killed dead if nobody chooses them. was the best poem you read yesterday by Walter Dean Myers called Love That Boy. Love that boy like a rabbit loves to run. I said, I love that boy like a rabbit loves to run. Love to call him in the morning, love to call him, hey there, son. 2 reasons I like it. One, my dad calls me just like that. He says, hey there, son. And also, because when I had my yellow dog, I love that dog, and I call him like this. I'd say, hey there, Sky. Oh, his name was Sky. My yellow dog followed me everywhere. Every which way he was wagging his tail and slobber coming out of his mouth. Gross. And when me and the kids were playing outside kicking the ball, he'd chase after it. And I'd call him every morning, every evening, hey there, Sky. Is Walter Dean Myers a real-life person? And if he is, do you think he could come to our class? Dear Walter Dean Myers, I am only a boy and I don't use big words and you probably won't read this, so what I'm asking you is this. Would you ever think about coming to our school, which is clean, with mostly nice people? And I don't know, this letter is probably taking you 15 minutes to read, so I'm sorry. I bet you have a friendly face. My name is Jack. Bye. This one's called My Sky. We were out in the street, me and some kids kicking the ball, and Sky was chasing. And his tail wagging. And my dad came walking down the street. He was all the way down there, and he called out, hey there, son. And so I didn't see the car. A blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road. And I saw Sky going after the ball, and I called out, Sky, Sky, and he turned his head, but it was too late because the blue car splattered with mud, hit Sky, thud, thud, thud. And it kept on going. You know, it couldn't even stop, and Sky was just there on the road. And his side was heaving. And his legs were bent kind of funny. And he looked up at me. And Sky closed his eyes. And he never opened them again, ever. I can't believe it. Walter Dean Myers is coming to our school? He got my letter? He'd be honored to meet the mostly nice kids who like his poems. Oh, wow. Dear Walter Dean Myers, thank you for visiting our school. You had the best laugh I've ever heard in my life. Inside this envelope is a poem I wrote, using some of your words. It was inspired by you. From your #1 fan, Jack. Love that dog. Like a bird loves to fly. I said, I love that dog like a bird loves to fly. Love to call him in the morning, love to call him. Hey there, Sky.
From Charleston High School, Mr. Ben Letty. Team Rock Island, we got a problem. I don't have final results. Tab room, Susie, I do not have final team results. I lied, yes I do. Just kidding. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, last but not least tonight, before we get to the team awards, I want to introduce some special people to me, and that's my team for this year. Nate Trinrud, Courtney Burridge, Greer Burke Anderson, I got Vandegrift right there, Tara Vandegrift, Shayla Schmidt, and Andrew Lund. Please give them a round of applause. We had 71 schools competing this weekend. We're going to name the top 5. It says top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. In 5th place, with 14 points, Glenbard West High School. In 4th place, with 21 points, Wheaton Warrenville South High School. We need the following school to come forward to receive their trophy. In 3rd place, with a total of 29 points, Wheaton North High School. Great job, guys. Excellent job. Wheaton North High School. Congratulations, everybody. Let's have the 2nd place come this way, so we'll have less congestion here. In 2nd place, with a total of 35 points, Glenbrook South High School. Congratulations, guys. Excellent. Congratulations. Second place, Glenbrook South High School. And we'll bring our tournament champions this way. In first place, with a total of 48 points, Downers Grove South High School. Your tournament champions, Downers Grove South High School. Packets are available at the front of the stage for you to pick up. We hope you had a great weekend. Enjoy every moment with your kids. See you next year in Naperville.